Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to be going over a ton of information for 3x3 that you should know. Starting off with edge orientation. Edge orientation is a very simple concept. It is if I can with R, U, L, and D moves, don't really need D moves, but basically without F and B moves or any wide moves, can I insert an edge to its spot without it being flipped like this? So, for example, this edge over here is oriented, right? Because I can, but here the edge is misoriented because it comes in flipped. So as you can probably tell, edge orientation changes by axis. Here it's misoriented, here it is oriented, and that is something cool about edge orientation. And basically if the top color of the edge matches the front or the back, it is oriented. Why is that? Because imagine this, if I'm inserting this, the top color comes in the front, and if that is my top front color, that means it's being inserted solved. If it isn't my top color like here, that means it's being inserted flipped. Now why back color? Because what if I have an edge in the back? See, this is still inserted because I can insert it in its spot with R, U, L, and D moves, but here it is to the back, so it can be front or back, doesn't matter. So that's basically all you need to know for edge orientation for F2L. If you use ZZ, all your edges will already be oriented, so you don't need to worry about edge orientation, and always know that your edges are going to be oriented. Now, if your edges are misoriented, a lot of times you have to rotate to solve them. Like here, if it's misoriented, I'll rotate and I'll solve them. But a good habit is to rotate to keep the pair in the back and then solve it, because it's better for look at. Now, this was my last pair, so I can rotate here and solve it. But say if I have another pair, and I might as well just do this, and then I can clearly see what's here, and see the things I need to see. So it's a lot better for look ahead, and it's a habit you'll slowly develop. So mm, uh, that's basically the concept of edge orientation. And as you move on in your cubing journey and learn more and more stuff, it's going to be very important for look ahead, for recognizing cases, and all that things. So all those things. So moving on, you have this case here. Now when the edge is oriented, you can obviously just pair them up, solve it like that, which is really easy, right? So again, wait, okay, so here I can just insert my edge, making a joint, solve that. Or I can say I can insert the edge like this, pair them up, and solve that. But what if I have the same case, but it's in the front, right? If I have that as misoriented, I can't do the same thing. I can't insert an edge because it's going to be flipped. So if it's to the right, what I do is I hold it to the right side like that. I do F, reverse sexy. So basically F, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime, and then insert. So F, reverse sexy, F prime, insert. And always remember, having your thumbs in the front at these two places is key. Don't finger shake any case like that, because after every case you'll have to regrip, and that is really not recommended. Moving on, you have this case. If it's to the left, okay, wait, no, sorry, okay, so when it's to the left, you can have this, hold this in the front like this, F, reverse sexy, F prime. Now, something interesting about this is I can also do this here. It doesn't matter in the sense I can do reverse sexy here, and it doesn't affect this slot here. So you don't have to have a free slot at this point. I can also do this if I have my pair facing the back, and just like that. Again, vertexy, and that. Uh, Moving on, you have this case here, one of the better cases. You just do R U2 R prime and insert. R U2 R prime, insert. Really fast. And there are a lot more cases like these that you will have to go over, experiment with them, watch videos. But I would highly recommend watch your learn from yourself, in the sense have good intuition of how pieces move, how your algs work, and you start to see that you can also free flop. For example, yeah, if I have this pair right here that I need to insert to the back, right? And I do this. Wait a second. Okay, if I have this pair, I need to insert to the back here. And 1 second. Okay, so I'm inserting this in the back. I know this last M move will make it oriented, so I'll do that, right? Another thing, maybe like that. Okay. So here I have this. Now, for free flop, I'm inserting it like this. I know this sets up in a joint, so rather than doing this, I can do that and then do the M move to make it faster. And in case you don't know what that out was, it's a way to insert pairs in the back when they're misoriented. So you go R prime, U prime, R. So basically the R prime was wide R prime, U prime, R, U, M prime. Just like that. And this is one of the best things you can do free flop with. If you want to insert a pair in the back, let's say, and it's misoriented like this, what you can do is you can do this, insert the pair, and then do that. So as you can see, there's a lot of things you can do for F2L, and so it's really worth like trying out different stuff, seeing what you like, and all that, and also working on your finger trick for cases like this one, rather than doing like that. What you can do is you can go here, do the double click with your left hand, do that with your right hand. So you can go, and that's a lot faster, just like that. Okay. Moving on, I'll be going over keyhole. What keyhole is so I want to put my corner here, but as soon as I insert this, my edge goes out. What do? I can either bring my corner here, corner slot here, because this is where I need to insert, and insert my corner here. So do you see what happens? This edge I don't care about, right? Because this edge is not solved. I can bring my corner slot here, I can insert the pair, basically my corner, and I don't care what edge is going inside. I don't care what edge is going outside, because it's not solved. And then I align it back and it gets solved, right? You can also do this with edges. So I can remove this corner, put a free corner slot here. I can insert this and do that. Now that you know this concept, you should go practice it before you watch the next part, which is pseudo slotting. But if you are still here, think about this. If I can technically insert a corner here and not care about the edge, what if I have a good corner solved here, and while I'm inserting my corner, I also make sure the edge that's going in solves this. So I'm basically doing a double keyhole. Keyhole. So that is something really cool, and that is called pseudo slotting. As you can see, a corner solved, the edge is solved, and you insert like that. That's basically what pseudo slotting is. You need to make sure that what you're doing here doesn't match like this, in your pair should actually not match like that. There are a lot of ways to do this, like pseudo slot, and a lot of ways to make this pseudo slot worth doing. So you should definitely go check it out. But pseudo slotting is for people who average around 10 seconds. So even I personally don't use pseudo slotting a lot until it's like I absolutely see it, because pseudo slotting just for me isn't that worth it. But one cool thing you can do with pseudo slotting is, say I have a cross, right? Now, this is not what the case is here. Basically, wait, let me just, okay. So, yeah. So here, what I can do is, while inserting, I can make sure that rather than doing this, I can pair them up and do that. And that tells me that this corner is going to be solved, this edge is going to stay solved. And then I can look for my, uh, like, for my pair here, pseudo pair, and then do that, right? Now, that's pretty much all there is for F2L that I can tell you in this video. But here are a few bonus tips that might help you. So, doing 2-gen solves like this really helps. I have 2 other videos on F2L out. Basically, one of them is a short that I have the link in description. It's basically going over all of the cases that look like this. But what if I have it here, right? Rather than sending it here, what if I can, I don't have to always set up this case here. What if I always don't have to set up this case? So that's something that's I find really worth checking out. And then I have a whole big tutorial on this right here. And I think this case, and I think that one's really worth it. Lastly, here's a bonus tip for this pair right here. If it's too oriented, I can do a soon, this, and pair it up. So, oops, right here. So soon, pair that. Okay, and you can obviously from this side do that and that. That's about it. One thing, if you really want to learn a lot more, is if you are doing D moves, you can appraise them with wide U moves. And how that helps is, here this edge is misoriented, here it's oriented. If I did this, it won't be oriented. Now obviously I can do that, but it just would be better if I just did this, right? So that's something cool worth checking out. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. And I would also like to give a thank you to Jerome, who gave me the idea to make this video, and this video is for him.